Hello and welcome to the Season 4 award show for the Farming Simulator 2013 Mod Spotlights. Yay! I'm DerTebbers. We are here at Westbridge Hill Farm from Giant Titanium Pack. We're driving around on our motorbike. Just checking out the farm. We're going to have our feelings about Westbridge Hill here at the last segment of the award show. This is like the last two award show. This is a 5-part series. So you will get one a day all week, and you will not get the Google document until the last episode. So on Friday, you will have a Google document with a link for all of these mods. No guarantee they will keep working. No guarantee they even work now, quite honestly. I have fixed the Duke farming ones. I don't know if he has them all up, but there you go. All right, so we're here at the shop. We're here to get started. Let's jump right in because I already have all the cultivators hanging out. So let's rock and roll with cultivators. All right, cultivators. This was a category of 4 really contenders. We had the disc harrow set with the Ursus AS33 and then this thing, which is I can't see, but they're identical. We had the Lemken Green Giant here. Big John Deere thing. We had the Ford 131 chisel plow, and then we had the Lemken Rubin compactor, or the Gigant 12/1200. Those were the contenders this season. The long-term winner for cultivators is this Vicon Rao Discolator XR. It has been in the pack since season 1, actually. This has actually been around since season 1, and it has held strong. Last season, it picked up this Ford 6-meter as a co-winner, with the caveat that this Ford 6-meter takes a big, beefy tractor to actually use, whereas the Vicon you can pretty much use the booher from the base game with a little weight, and you can run the Vicon. This thing takes big, beefy. In fact, this monster here, whatever this thing is, 6190? Yeah, the 6190 can't actually accelerate without a front weight without lifting its front end. So the Ford cultivator is heavy. And if you're using the more realistic mod, it's even worse. But will these 4 here unseat any of either of those 2 over there, the Vicon or the Ford? Well, let's check it out. The disc harrow set. They're good. I love the dirt effects on them. They actually have really nice dirt effects. I like that. But what do they add? Not a heck of a lot. And they are 3-point based. They don't have a huge reach. And I would honestly say that the in-game Joker, which is a 6-meter, I believe, it might be a 5, but whatever, is actually better than these 2. So I'm actually giving them an honorable mention, though, because they work. They have really nice dirt textures, but they don't quite go as far as an award. Let's skip that for a minute. Let's move up to the Ford 131 chisel plow. Actually, when I first loaded this mod in, way back when I did the mod spotlight, I actually thought it was a plow because it's a chisel plow. It's not. It's a cultivator. It's 5.2 meters wide. So, does it really add anything over the Ford 6-meter, which is not 6 meters, by the way. It's more like 8 meters, or the Vicon? The answer is no, it doesn't. What it does do is it gives a relatively inexpensive cultivator that you can use on just about anything. So the Vicon is a $70-something thousand cultivator. That big Ford is less than 6. This is just over 6, I believe. But you can haul this with just about anything. Lightweight enough, simple enough. So a great starter, if you're looking for a starter. For that, I gave it an honorable mention as well, because it does a good job. It just doesn't add a heck of a lot to the game. That leaves these 2. Ooh, this boy's a big one. This big John Deere Gigant here. And then the Lemken 1200, or 1200. Talk about the John Deere here. The John Deere, this Lemken JD Green Giant, I gave it a mention. Why'd I give it a mention? Well, one, you clip through everything out here. I mean, a little bit of work can fix that. You also clip through everything up here, which I sort of annoys me. The other reason is it crashes my game when I sell it. Now, this could be because it conflicts with one of the 7, 8, 9, 10 gigs of mods I've got, or it could be a larger problem. I can't actually track down exactly what causes a crash. So until that's fixed, I don't feel I can give it more than a mention. So use with caution, but it's certainly if you have a giant like Paradise XL or the Duke farming map and you have the money, $120,000 to buy this thing, but it definitely would cultivate a large field. This Gigant, however, I haven't really had a problem with. It does have a few areas where you can pass through it, or you actually fall through it, like right there. But maybe my legs fell in there. Maybe my legs fell in there, for all I know. But overall, it's a much more solid mod. See how I can't walk through all the bits and pieces of it. And that's great. I really like that. Now, the thing is, I haven't had a chance to use it in every single map. I mean, I try out these mods here on this map, and then often they jump over into a couple of other games that I have, and I just kind of give them a little bit of a go, ever since I accidentally gave awards to mods that turned out to be crap. But I haven't really had a chance to use this one because, let's think about it, the best seeders in the game are cultivators. So what's the point of this cultivator again? I don't know. But I haven't had a problem when I have used it. So I'm going to give it an award with a little asterisk on it. The little asterisk is the Vicon still takes the cake. I've never had a problem with the Vicon. I've used it in every map except for the current LP map. That is the only map I have not used a Vicon on. And I've never had a problem with the Vicon. Now, the Lemkin certainly will replace the Ford. Because while the Ford is a good, cheap cultivator, it's also an insanely heavy cultivator. You really need beefy equipment to haul this thing. That Lemkin, it's not exactly lightweight, but it's not to the point that this thing is. I mean, this thing you need the big several $100,000 machines to haul it. At that point, why do I have a $6,000 cultivator? Let me go buy a $70,000 giant cultivator, or $120,000 if it worked. So the Lemkin is going to be an award winner with the Vicon, and the Ford is going to move off into the sunset for now. So an award with an asterisk for the Lemkin. The Lemkin Green Giant gets a mention. This Disc Arrow set gets an honorable mention, and the Ford 131 Chisel Plow also gets an honorable mention. All right, we'll be right back with our next category. All right, we're back with the category of Plow. Plow had 2 contestants. This is one of the group. The Ransoms Plow and Cultivator Pack has been the award winner in Plows. Obviously, they're not in Cultivators, but the award winner in Plows, because it came with multiple. This was the 5-furrow, there was the 4, the 3, and the 2-furrow, along with a push plow, which was great because then you could turn a 5-furrow into a 7-furrow or something like that. So we had 2 who came in here. We have the Ara Plow 4-meter. This little guy, the nice thing about this little thing here is it's a straight hitch. Unlike these ones that curve off to the side and then you have to kind of make sure you're lined up and make all that, this one is literally what is behind the tractor. So makes plowing very easy, very simple, but it's not very big. Then we had the Lemkin Varatan. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It is massive. It is a huge plow. It is a very, very, very big plow. It is definitely good for the big maps if you need plows, but we're back to the same issue that we have with cultivators. Plows aren't really all that necessary in Farming Simulator 2013. They're more like an instrument to pull fields together. Because when is the last time you plowed a field? I honestly don't know. You just run a cultivator over them. So while this Lemkin is great and awesome because it's so big and it will plow so much. It is expensive, though. It's a cool... you'd think I'd know, but I don't. It's a cool $74,000 plow. That is an expensive plow, mind you. $74,000 plow. This Ara plow probably does the job a heck of a lot better. What, you say? It's smaller. Yeah, it is. But again, if we're just pulling fields together, I just need to pull my fields together, straight together. That's what I need to do. This is it. Not that. Now, I understand that some of you are going to be like, well, that one is the faster one. Yeah, it is the faster one, but the hardest part of plowing is lining everything up, and this makes it so much easier. Does that make it an award winner? No, it does not. It does have a problem. It does have some texturation issues. It will throw errors in your log. Not terrible errors, mind you. It's not going to destroy the ability of the game to continue functioning. But between these three, I'm going to give an honorable mention to the Ara plow because it's going to do a very good job. But I will be giving an award to this Lemken Veritan. Why am I giving the award to this big giant plow? And I just gave you every reason why you don't need a big giant plow. Well, because it had something to the game that is perfect for these huge maps. If you're going to truly play Farming Simulator as though you were a real farmer, which some of you do, this would be great for here in Westbridge Hills. This is great for Duke. This is great the Duke map. This is great for Paradise XL. This is great for all the big 4X and 16X maps out there because it can plow huge swaths of land, and it doesn't need a huge tractor to haul it. You see that it actually rests on its wheels. Thereby, you don't need the biggest tractor out there. If you're running more realistic mod, though, you are going to need enough horsepower to haul the sucker, but that's a problem you have to solve, not me. All right, and I'm going to have the Lemken is going to replace the Ransoms as... You know what? No, it's not. I take that back. It's going to feature with the Ransoms. The Ransoms, they're great plows, and they're for small maps. This is a great plow for a big map. This is an honorable mention for those that hate plows. I hate plows, so, you know, probably going to hang around a little bit for me, but not a lot. All right, there you go. Plows, a relatively small, underappreciated category. That's what we're going to go with. Small and underappreciated. All right, we'll be right back with our next category. All right, we're back with the next category. The category is sprayers, and it's upside down. So, this was the only sprayer that we did, the Damon Profi class. Let me go get the tractor here, see if we can flip this guy over. The downside to this, obviously, is that it is a space sprayer. It is delivered via drone, and therefore may or may not actually land on its wheels. Get on your wheels. Thank you. All right, now that it's on its wheels, we can go from there. This is the first standalone sprayer I think I have ever done. I don't actually recall doing another sprayer. Here's the thing with this sprayer, though. Can we make it? We make it. Once it's spread, there we go. Let's drive this guy out of here so he's out of our way and we can walk around our Damon. The thing is, this sprayer is not as big as the in-game equipment. Okay, the in-game equipment is larger. I believe it's bigger than the draw behind, or the three-pointed one, but it is not bigger than the tow behind. There's also a slightly smaller capacity in terms of its tank. And that is sort of a drawback to it. Now, on the plus side, it's got some nice little row crop wheels there, and it's a nice green and yellow color. And it's delivered by drone, which could be a good thing if you like having delivery by drone. It looks like it's the springs could probably be modeled better, but I mean, it makes sense. You've got that wire going out to there to haul that in, and it looks really well modeled. Because there is no other sprayer out there, I'm going to give it an honorable mention. You thought I was going to say an award. I'm not going to give it an award. I don't like space vehicles. If you're a mod author, make sure the thing spawns in on the ground. please, because it's a real pain in the butt, especially because I'm actually, another mod that we've got going on here, of course, was the damage mod. Anything space related is going to be damaged when you buy it. Well, now you have to factor that into the cost of your vehicle. If you don't have the damage mod, okay, maybe you don't mind space vehicles, but I still don't like them. All right, so the Damon Profi class sprayer, it gets an honorable mention. It is a decent sprayer. It is not as big as the in-game equipment. It is cheaper than the in-game equipment, but it is smaller, so you do get what you pay for. All right, we'll be right back with our next category. It might be contested. It might not. All right, we're back with manure spreaders. This is a Crampy manure spreader. It's not the Crampy trailer pack. It is actually the only standalone manure spreader. Technically, I have a manure spreader off of another pack, but it requires other equipment and is a whole different beast and is actually in a completely different category. This has been the first new manure spreader. We had some old manure spreaders. We had a John Deere manure spreader. We had another one, but they were all older. This is the first new manure spreader. It is a nice looking mod. You can't walk through it. It works. I did try it out, not during the mod spotlight, but I did try it out afterward. And it operates as you would expect a manure spreader to do. It spreads manure. If you need one, this one is certainly going to be worthwhile. It does come in a pack with a bunch of other trailers, which we'll cover in other categories. But yeah, I'm going to give an award, because it's by itself and it actually works really well, to the Crampy manure spreader from the Crampy trailer pack. There you go. We'll be back with another category, probably another one of these by itself categories, but we'll find out. All right, this is the category of Slurry, and I actually didn't bring in the quote-unquote award winner. I think I gave him an award. I honestly don't remember. It was from the, and I'm just going to hit P here because it's easier for you to see it in here. The manure pack for the fell binders and the Zune hammer with all of this extra equipment, which if you're smart enough, you can figure out. If you're like me, you just get annoyed by it pretty quickly. I believe, I'm almost positive I gave an award to this because it's so technical, but so you feel so good when you can figure it out and when you have it all set up, and it feels real because you have all this equipment. And you can bring your coach container out there to get more out, and you have your, you know, all this different stuff. There's actually two different packs here, but whatever. But those two are going up against these ones. What do we think? Well, this is just a transporter. As far as I can figure, this thing is just going to transport your slurry. Well, that's kind of a bummer, right? Because you're like, well, I kind of need to do more than just transport it. So I'm kind of confused by this one. I thought I knew what it was for, and it just turns out I had no clue. So there you go. And I can't climb up the ladder. It's just sad. The other one is this NC. And this one is, you just fill it up, and then you got the poo coming out the back here. Problem with the NC is your spray pattern is very, very minimal. You do not have much of a spray pattern. This is the same problem that we had with the Abbey Manure Handling Pack. I try to think of the name there. The Abbey Manure Handling Pack was a great pack, except for the spray pattern was very minimal. It took you forever to cover a field. So it's okay, but I wouldn't probably... honorable mention. There you go. Honorable mention for the NC. I'm going to give a mention to this trailer because I mean, there's nothing else with the Crampy trailer. You can't attach Zune hammer equipment to it. This, I happen to know, goes with the Zune hammer, as does this piece here. Pretty sure it's a Zune hammer. If it's not the Zune hammer, then it's oh no, it goes to this thing here. So this one, by far, when you figure out how to make it work, is the superior piece of equipment. It is very expensive. You got $215,000 for the tank, and then you've got to buy $22.5 for that, and another 24, call it, for this. I mean, that's a lot of money right there, but you get what you pay for. This, I don't feel like it really adds much. It hauls poop. That's about it. So I'm going to give it a mention. Honorable mention to the NC. The award winner is still the Feldbinder pack and the Zunhammer pack. The other equipment that came out of the mod contest. This equipment is by far, when you want to get down to it, the best in terms of liquid poop. All right. We'll be back with another category. Here we are with the category of Windrowers. This was a relatively small category. I don't think we never really had a consistent windrower, a real award-winning windrower. We had like the ye olde time windrowers, but these are the first windrowers that really are more modern windrowers. We got the Krone Swadro pack, which had 2 windrowers, and then we had the Elho Master here. Now, the Elho Master is a relatively small windrower / tedder. It says it teds, but I couldn't tell. And then we have the Krone Swadro. We have this large swath Swadro, and then we have this one. This one was really, really neat. When you actually unfold it, these little brushes are pulled out individually and stuck on the little things there. So it looks really neat. A really nice looking set, the 2 Krones. The Elho is not a bad looking one either. It's a really nice looking little toy. It is a full 3-point pickup. Is it? No, it still drags it. I can't remember. But you do get a message that you need to hook up the PTO so it doesn't flop around while you're driving, which is great. Little things like that make you go, oh, really? Cool. So it's all about the little things sometimes. When it comes down to it, though, even on a farm that's smaller than this one's massive, I would lean towards the Swadros. The Krone here, because it's got a nice path to it. This one would be like my little cleanup device here. The Elho, not so much. It's just a little bit small. Maybe on a smaller farm, I might use it. The other thing is pricing. For the Krone Swadro, I'm paying $11,000 versus basically $6,000 for the Elho and $65,000 for the Swadro, small Swadro. So really, I'm not gaining a heck of a lot, and anything is better than this 3-meter Pottener, really. I mean, this thing is a 10-footer. This is a 30-footer. Though, the end-game stuff is better. Price point is great. I will give an honorable mention to the Elho, and I'm going to give an award to the Krone Swadro pack because, yeah, these ones actually work, and they look really nice, and they work well. Yay! We have our first, I think this is our first award winner, true award winner, in the, whatever this category is. Swathing category. There we go. We will be back with another category. Time for the category all about baling hay. Our award winners, co-award winners from last time, were the McHale F550, which was a small round baler, and then we had the big baling pack. This happens to be the Massey Ferguson version. Both of these came with a lot of extra toys. This one makes the really huge bales. This one makes a little round bales. So sort of, you had the in-game equipment, which made larger round bales and smaller square bales. These ones were sort of the downgrade and upgrade, respectively. They also came with all kinds of extra toys. This time we had 2. We had the John Deere 861 Premium, and we had the Claas Roland 250. What do we think about these two? Well, the Claas Roland, I really like the Claas Roland's dirt effect. It's like, oh, this has been a used little toy. And it created a decent little bale. It was McHale size, and I believe this one's top end is McHale size as well. But that's what it did. It did the exact same thing as the McHale. It almost felt like it was a reskinned McHale, but not quite. It looks nearly identical, but it's not quite reskinned. It made me kind of go, okay. Then we had this thing. This John Deere Premium just was ridiculous with the attention to detail that the mod authors showed to it. I mean, to the point where you actually have to buy cover for your bales, and you can open up all the little bale wings. This little toy here goes into your tractor when you hook it up to the tractor. And you could eject whatever you had in here at any time. So if you finished a field and you didn't have quite a full bale, you could still wrap it and eject it anyway. And then you could go and get rid of it or use it or whatever you needed to do with it, which was great. It was excellent not to have stuff sitting in your baler, even more so because that means I can switch between grass and hay very easily. I'm sorry, hay and straw very easily without having to buy another piece of equipment, which to me is really exciting. You can clean out these big balers, but here you actually get to keep what you clean out. So I liked that a lot. I really thought this was a great little baler. Price point wise, it is $30,000, plus you do have to pay $3,000 for each pallet of cover edging. But if you're really into animals, taking care of the animals with the straw and the hay, I think this is a very cost-effective way to do it. And it has all these little details in it, openings and things you can close. I closed those too. Oh, I got in exactly the right spot for both of them to work. So it's a really neat little baler, and I love the fact you have to go buy extra equipment because you'd have to anyway. I mean, you'd have to buy straw for this. You'd have to buy a wrapper for this. But neither the McHale nor the Kloss actually require you to fill the wrapper, and this doesn't require you to fill the the string. So, what do we think? Well, nothing can really replace this thing. When it comes down to big baling, right now the big bale pack is it. It is what you need if you're going for the largest bales possible. So this maintains its award status. However, I think the John Deere is going to replace the McHale as the award winner for baling because it is just that good at what it does and allows you really a lot of flexibility. I'm going to give the Kloss an honorable mention because it does its job. It does its job well, and I love the fact that they textured it dirty so you feel like you're buying a used piece of equipment, but not a totally abused piece of equipment. And the price is commensurate with that, which is good. All right, so there you go. We have a new category star, and that is the John Deere 864 Premium. The Kloss Roland gets an honorable mention, and the McHale shouldn't hang its head in shame. There's a lot of other toys you get with the McHale with this pack that come into handy when you're using the John Deere. So I would almost suggest you get both the McHale pack and the John Deere pack. Just don't buy the McHale baler. Buy the John Deere baler, but use all the McHale toys for the John Deere bales, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. All right, we'll be back with our next category.